Hey, right guys, you can tell it's a nice Sunday. There's lawn mowers going everywhere. Another mishy-mashy type video. Let me think. Tour of the new plot. The last of the early potatoes. Yeah, rubbish year potatoes. Me getting a bee sting at the end. Don't laugh. Right there, right mid-temple. A couple of stills of Logan and Layla showing the veg they planted on the 30th of March. Okay guys, before we get going, any idea what these are? Friend? Foe? Kill? Keep? They're on a seed potato. Answer at the end. Okay then, so off we go with Logan's pink fir apple potatoes. Tell you what mate, lovely looking spuds they are. And you had some heritage carrots. Yeah, 4 there. Enough for a meal. Both Logan and Layla had some various onions they grew, and Layla had Vivaldi and heritage carrots again. I'll tell you what Layla, they were better than my potatoes. And because I've got nowhere else to put it, the last of my broad beans. The ones on the left are from the West End allotment, the ones on the right from my front drive. The ones on the front drive had no black fly whatsoever. But at the end of the day, they're all great eaters, aren't they? And a couple of weeks back, I made my first ever English breakfast muffins. They were lovely. Sausage pate, slice of cheese and an egg. Oh, sounds like a sausage egg muffin. And Steve over at the Crazy Baker channel, he's about a mile down the road from me actually, inspired me to make a cherry cake. Fantastic. Go and check his channel out. I'll put a card at the top there. I used black cherries as well as ordinary glacé cherries. The black cherries are soaked in kirsch. Lovely jubbly. Okay then, so let's get on with the tour of the leaf and ground, the plot 26. Pink blossom rhubarb, that is growing very, very well. Sunflowers wilting like mad, that one. Two of the whole row are wilting. That's Willie Coleman's solandums, golden pearl this side, and garden huckleberry the other side. I'm treating this year as a trial year. I don't know what's going to grow well on this place. It could be that all the cabbages burn or they're too windy for them, you know what I mean? There's the other damaged sunflower. Wilted, but it's not lack of water, that's for sure. And if anyone knows what it is with the sunflowers, then drop a comment below please. It's only 2 of the 8, weird. Dockleys, they're everywhere. Been using me a flamethrower, you know, butane gas burner. I'd rather use that than the hoe, to tell you the truth, because the hoe just brings up new seeds. Here's the garden huckleberry, yeah, berries growing there, fantastic. Just behind the huckleberries there we got some blackcurrants and the gallows, the bean gallows. Mostly French beans, I'm afraid. There are some runners up there, but it's been a shocking year for runner beans for me. Here's the raised planter I got free with Grow Your Own magazine. Mainly in there are courgette attained polka, yellow ones, lovely. And some cabbage, red lozero, sorry. And lettuce, got some lettuce and some salt water. Just put everything in there really to see what grows well together. The leeks, they have surprised me. Leek Autumn Giant, they are growing so well in the just in the clay soil. A little bit of fertiliser, but nothing special. And these are the summer squash. Bottom to top, it's Patterson Gagat, Sunburst, and Delicates at the top there. Well, better pick that one pretty quick. The more you pick, the more they grow. So what you've seen so far is the dig bed, if you like. It's got manure in it and all sorts, but eventually it will be all no dig all the way down. And swinging round to the other side, squash bed, corn in the middle, and I'm training all the different squashes, pumpkins, or whatever. These are winter squashes, sorry, crown prince, and pumpkins. Yeah, pumpkin. I'm training them in a square or a circular square around the outside, just so I know where they are really. There are 4 different types of corn plant in there, so Lord knows what they're going to be like when they when they cross-pollinate, etc. Okay then, onto the no-dig beds, and I'll just quickly whiz you through what's growing. Each one's got a flower at the end, either marigold or nasturtium. We just gone past the Brussels, red Ladero cabbage and Florence fennel. A couple of dahlias at the back. So what have we got? Brussels, Bedford fill basket, cabbage killerton, all sorts really, and there's spring onions and leeks stocky dotted everywhere. Chili Marconi at the back there. Charred food hook giant. That is charred bright lights. God, I've been picking some of that. It's going to seed a little bit now, but anyway, spring onions. A couple more of Willie Coleman's solandums there. You'll see lettuce dotted everywhere, but the main thing on this bed is Calabrese Marathon. Had a couple of heads off that, and the oh, there's one there just taken. Look, but the side ones are growing already. Fantastic. I doubt you were, but just in case you're wondering what the little green pegs are at the end of the two first beds, they are pivot points for the hose pipe, so that when I pull it out and run it down the plot, it goes down the path and not over the beds. 10 years ago I couldn't spell engineer, now I are one. Clever me. And in that bed, before I got sidetracked, turnip snowball, had a few of those, lovely. And some curly kale, which I'm trying for the first time this year. Now a bit of a spinach bed, this one, Perpetual, Madonna and Madania. Perpetual, fantastic. Calabrese Chevalier, doing very well, they are. And then we got Swede Brora, and then onions, Cupido and Radar. I'm not expecting too much from them this year because they were planted very late. Cabbage Killerton, and saltwort agretti. That's growing very well in this bed. I don't know why. Weird. And Swede Ruby at the front there. And I think it's the last bed now is the lettuce bed. And they're doing quite well, yeah. The red ones are doing very well. I love them. I picked a few, and I'll tell you what, I'm more of a picking the lettuce person than I am the outer leaves myself. And Harry the Hawkeye doing a great job. Certainly works with the pigeons. I'm not quite sure about the rooks. And that's just about it, apart from the harvest. Zooming past the corn and the squash, and there's the gallows. Trespassers beware. Well, not a bad little harvest. Let's see, there's a patty pan, a sunburst squash, the courgettes I can't remember the name of, and a couple of onions. That'll do, considering I picked the load yesterday as well. Doing alright up here. And as you can hear, it is mostly windy outside, so I shall be doing the voiceover yet again. And what I'm going to do with these is just show you the start and finish of each bucket, really. You've seen it all before, you know what I mean? Right, that's 1 3/4 kilos. Too bad. Yeah, not bad lot. Like I say, some have got scab again. Next year I'm going to take steps to make the compost more ericaceous. Normally, see, I grow in peat with added chemicals, added fertiliser, but this year I've used multi-purpose compost. And obviously, it's a little bit too alkali. Not to worry, still edible. Okay then, second lot of kestrel. I think it's the last lot actually. And I'll show you this when we start. Now that would probably be a green potato you wouldn't want to eat. Yeah, it's very, very green. So that'll be in the compost. Yeah, getting good at this. 1 3/4 kilos, which I think is about 4.4 pounds off the top of my head. Well, it's got some eaters there. Scab again. Certainly going to change my compost next year. Well, I'm just wondering whether I'm leaving my second earlers in the pots too long. I normally lift them at 12 weeks, and this is now over 14 weeks. Well, just about 14 weeks. So I'm going to lift. I keep saying lift. I'm going to tip out Bonnie. Second early, got 2 of these. See that? Again. Yeah, it's got to be the compost. I use the same compost for every lot this time. I normally mix my own. Okay then, second bucket of Bonnie. Wasn't going to bother, but as soon as the last lot did have scab, there's no point leaving these any longer. It won't get better, will it? Oh, here we go. Yeah, not too bad this lot. Not so bad. Right, just in case there's any doubt about the blight or not. Pretty sure it is, because all the spots are joining together now. And some of the leaves damaged beyond repair, if you know what I mean. Here we are. When it starts going towards the edge like that, definitely blight. And because there's no little white fur at the bottom, it's early season blight, not late season blight. Which would make sense really, wouldn't it? Okay then, we're at the West End plot. And these are the 6 seed potatoes that I planted in the no-dig bed. And all I did with these was I mulched them with various things like spent compost, paper shreddings, grass cuttings, which you can see on top now. 2 each of Bonnie, Kestrel and McCain Royal. These spuds had no extra water whatsoever, apart from what the heavens provided, which was quite a lot at times. They did get a bit of a scorching from that late frost we had. Alright guys, well these are the glasses I got water on. These are the potatoes from the no-dig bed at the plot, the old plot. And not very good really, from 2 second earlies, Bonnie and Kestrel, and a main crop, McCain. These are the main crops, the big ones. So that's like your Kestrel or Bonnie, I can't remember now. So it's even then. Got scab, and they've been eaten, which I don't get in my buckets. Look, covered in scab and something eating it. Scab, eaten, scab, eaten. Scab. Eaten. Scab. Scab and eaten. Well, yeah, the big ones aren't too bad. I can save those, I suppose. Funny shape. But these are the McCain's main crop. Weird. I was expecting more than that. Oh well. Disappointing year potatoes this year. So the best place for those is the bin. I'll do what I can with those. And for those of you that have wasted all that time for the answer to the little thingies bouncing around the seed potato, they are called springtails, and they are one of the best gardener's friends you can get. They eat all the rubbish, they eat all the rotten vegetation and turn it into stuff we love. Right, yeah, and this week's Spill the Beans is all about, well, know your supplier, really, for want of a better word. A couple of weeks back, I did a video, and on the video was an update on the various challenges I'm doing, and one of them is the single seed challenge, which you may remember is a tromboncino courgette, great big, huge thing. And Tim over at Troll Forge, Troll Farm, asked a very logical question. It said, hang on, let me read it. Steve, blah blah blah, have you got any other cucurbit moschatas, male flowers, to pollinate your tromboncino? So me, of course I have, yeah, I got butternut squash in the drive, Anyway, what happened? Long story short, what happened? Bought 6 butternut squash off eBay, as you do. They turn up plug plants, perfect, lovely plug plants. 3, I got to read it again, sorry guys. 3 Waltham and 3 Hunter. So I put 2 of one, 2 Waltham at one plot, 2 Hunter up the other, and 1 of each on the drive. And there's male flowers. The Waltham is chucking out male flowers like they're going out of fashion. It's like last call at a Saturday night disco. I mean, there's males everywhere. So I'm picking them and I'm saving the pollen, and then we've got a female flower, and I've pollinated it with a little paintbrush, and I've pollinated it, and it's not grown. And I did another one, and it's not grown. I did another one. Anyway, the Waltham threw out a female flower. Turns out it's a bloody courgette, an ordinary courgette. I've been duped. I've been sent the wrong plants by a supplier on eBay. Doesn't matter. I've still got. They're still pollinating the other ones. But so the moral of the story is, know your supplier. You pays your money, he takes your chance. You get what you pay for at the end of the day, guys.